In 2004, the hospital decided to look at medical education at Maine Med, and a steering committee for the Medical Education Strategic Planning Committee was put in place, and I was part of the steering committee. And we really had three goals. One was to increase the number of residents at Maine Med. Another was to increase the size and services of the Office of Medical Education. And the third was to enhance the library and make the library a top-notch library that would attract residents. So one of the things I started looking at was how did we compare to other libraries that are part of AIAMC, which is the Alliance of Independent Academic Medical Centers. And these are large hospitals with research programs that don't have a governance with a medical school. So although there's a medical school in Maine, it's not connected to Maine Medical Center. So that's what AIAMC is. I developed a survey and sent it out to my colleagues and looked at similar things we've looked at before. How much did they spend for books, for journals, for electronic resources? What was the size of their library staff? How many people did they serve? And it started off with being asked, how much did the library, what % of our library budget went towards supporting residency education? And that's a really tough question to answer, because you say to yourself, so if we didn't have residents, would we have these journals? Maybe we would, maybe we wouldn't. Depends on who else is working at Maine Med. It's a very tough question to answer. I sent out a question to the MedLib listserv. I had a lot of people interested in the answer, but nobody had a way of finding out what the answer was. So I asked hospital libraries that didn't have teaching programs what they spent on certain criteria. I asked hospitals that did have teaching programs what they spent on certain areas. And then I determined what the average % was of the budget that was spent on medical education, whether you had a residency program or not. And using that data is where we came up with how much the library would need in the next 5 years to expand and become the library of choice. And it turned out that the Medical Education Strategic Plan will add $13 million over the next 5 years. Of that $13 million, 1.3 is coming to the library, which is a fantastic increase in our budget, especially after the cuts that we took in FY03. We're very happy to have this additional $1.3 million, and it's all because I was able to prove that we needed to beef up in our electronic resources and electronic books and databases to be comparable with other hospitals of our size.